In today's video, we're talking blackout kits. Everyone needs a blackout kit. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on a blackout kit. You can do it fairly cheap, but you need to have a good blackout kit put back in your preps in case the power goes out, especially for any type of long-term power outage that you may have. You want to have ways to provide, maybe light for you and your family at night. You may have some medical devices that require power in order to run, to keep you alive. You want to be able to supply power to those kind of things. Communication devices is a big thing. You want to be able to provide communication, be able to receive and to transmit. All different things that run off of electricity that you feel that meets your needs. You need to have a way to supply power to those devices. This is not a complete, my complete blackout kit by no means. I have a real extensive blackout kit. I'm gonna go ahead and answer the question because I know I'll get it. I don't see candles laid out. Well, I do have candles. I have 300 to 400 candles of all different shapes, sizes, and applications. So yes, I do have candles, and I'll go ahead and let you know. I'm not going to be showing my main source of backup power today because I made a video on it a few months ago, and that is my mobile portable solar system I have. It's a solar system that is mobile. It has 178 true amp hours of battery, and I power it with two 100-watt solar panels. You can go back, check that video out. That is my main source of backup power. And I also have a generator. I'm not going to be showing you my generator today. But those are things that a lot of people, especially new preppers, do not have. But I encourage anyone, if you can build a solar system, if you can get you a generator and you have the means and the ability to store the fuel for that generator, hey, please go ahead and do so. But for everybody else who's just starting out, who's looking for a way to prepare for a major blackout of any kind, I'm going to go over a few things I have in my kit. I have a wide variety of things for different applications. I have things that run off of batteries, things that run off of solar. So solar is real big with me. Solar power, well, as long as the sun's shining, you're going to have power. And solar is really big with me and my family about providing backup power. Like I said, I'm not going to get into a lot of my solar stuff. I will show you a couple things that you can get fairly cheap to help you out when it comes to solar. But one thing you need to have, and most everybody has, things that run off of batteries. Now you can go and you can get things like this. These are a pack of 72 batteries. I think these are AA's I got from Costco. They got a 10-year shelf life. You want to look for batteries with a long shelf life. You may have something runs off of AAA, AA, whatever. You need to have the batteries that fit your devices. There's no need of buying all AA's when everything you got runs off of AAA. So you need to have the batteries that fit your devices. As far as battery goes, I encourage everyone to get rechargeable batteries. Rechargeable batteries you can use over and over and over and over. I use a lot of these EBL rechargeable batteries. They come with a little mini docking station, and you can charge them with a solar panel like this. This is the Gold Zero Nomad 7, a little small solar panel, but works great for charging these little EBL batteries right here. You can also charge your cell phones, radios, walkie-talkies, different things with this little solar charger here. You charge, if you got rechargeable flashlights, this little solar charger works out really great. Go ahead and get something simple out of the way. You can have stuff like Kim lights. These things, they work real good for giving low light. Excuse me. And the kids really like them. I have several around, especially for my kids. But that's something easy and cheap that you can get. As far as providing power to a lot of your communication devices and things, I encourage everyone to have some kind of power pack. I have several different types. This happens to be one that was in my EDC bag that I carry around every day. It's a power pack. I don't remember exactly how many cell phone chargers this thing could do. It'll do several. But I encourage everyone to have battery packs. I have Anchor, Gold Zero, and several others that I have in all of my bags. Get Home bag, EDC bag, Bug Out bag, and all of my family, wife and children all have those type things in their bags. So we have several around the house, and we can get many hours out of each of those battery packs. Encourage everyone, try to invest in a battery pack. You can find them fairly cheap, you know, a good one, $30, $35. You know, that's mostly what your better ones cost when you start getting into the better quality. Everyone needs a way to communicate. I don't have my radios out here, my walkie-talkies. They're all in our Bug Out bag, Get Home bags, EDC bags, and things. I didn't want to go through all those and bring them out, but I have Baofeng, and then I have Motorola's that we use, and I have a couple of Midlands. They all work together, and I encourage everyone to make sure you have a means of communication other than a cell phone, which has a ham radio or walkie-talkies. You need to try to get those things. Another form of communication, these little emergency radios. This one runs off a battery. It can be charged through solar. It can be charged through a power pack, and it's solar. It has a solar panel. You can also use this to charge your cell phones and other devices that have USB. This works as a charger as well, as far as a solar charger. So I love these little Midlands. They're great. They have all the emergency channels on here as far as your weather emergency channels and things. And, you know, it's AM, FM on here too, and it has all the NOAA channels. Nice little radio that anyone can get. You know, $25, $30, you can have one like that. When I talk about variety, I have things that run off of batteries, you know, just different things. This is a Coleman Quad Elite, nothing real special, but this breaks down into 4 different flashlights. It works as one big unit, but each one of these panels break down individually. It runs off of D batteries, and it's rechargeable, and I have something similar to that. This is another thing. This is a propane lantern. I have several of these propane lanterns. It runs off the little 1-pound cylinders. I also have kerosene lanterns, but I didn't want to bring those kerosene lanterns in my house. I've got them out in the garage, but I do have a couple of those. They work great too. But these are propane lanterns. They work really great. I love using those things. I like them better than my kerosene lanterns. Things like this, these emergency lighting candles that run off of different types of oils and things. I have several different oil candles in different varieties and shapes. They work great, and they'll last you a long time. You know, just lights like this is not a rechargeable. This runs off of AA batteries. Little lantern, mag light, self-explanatory. Little small flashlight such as this, you know, all these are self-explanatory, good to have. Headlamps, you want to be able to use your hands in the dark. A lot of times you're having to do things, you want to have hands free. Get you a good headlamp. Now, when I say variety, when I'm talking about batteries and things that are charged through solar and have that are rechargeable, I have those. Things that just run off of batteries, just regular alkaline batteries, I have those. But you want to have things that run off of solar too that you can just charge, like these lanterns right back here. These lanterns, I'm not going to take them out of the box. They're just like this, except they're solar charged. You take them outside during the day, let them charge up, and they'll have about 6 to 8 hours worth of light at night. And they work just like this one. They're the exact same lantern, except those are charged by solar. Even these little cheap lights like this right here. This is a light that you can get for about $1.50, $2 at Home Depot and other places. Some of them are, this was $6.99, but I got it on sale for like $2.99. I think I got these at the place called At Home, but you can find these all the time in Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere. Most of them run from $2 to $7, $8. They're the solar lights that go outside on your driveway or up your sidewalk or whatever. These things are actually pretty bright, and they'll last a long time. They don't put off a lot of light, but it's enough light you can see at night if you got to read a book or if you're looking for something in the dark. But just a way that you can get some light that's fairly cheap. So solar to me is the way to go, because you're not relying on your batteries. You're not relying on having enough batteries in your preps. So if you can go solar, or you can go rechargeable batteries, or any device that can be charged via USB by solar. That's the kind of stuff I'm getting into. When I first started prepping, everything that I had would run off just batteries. And I had a ton of batteries in my preps. I still do. And, it's good to have a variety of batteries and a lot of batteries. But as I got more experienced in prepping, I learned that anything that can be charged by solar and is the way to go. Because if you've got the sun, you've got power. And you can charge these things during the day, and you'll have them at night. Everything that I have in my preps now, majority of everything is I can power and charge by solar power. Even little fans, in the summertime, it gets hot where I live. I got some fans that run off that are charged by the sun, and they'll run 4, 5, 6 hours at night to keep you cool while you try to sleep. So, or during the day when it's hot. Everything I'm going to now is can be charged by the sun. But I just wanted to show you some examples that I have in my preps. I encourage everyone to start a Blackout kit if you don't already have one. I just did a video on Venezuela and what's going on down there with their power grid. And you go back, watch that video. I encourage you to do so, and maybe it will encourage you to get a Blackout kit, or at least get one started. If you don't have one, start one today. I'm assuming most everybody has a couple of little small handheld flashlights. That's a start. That is a good start. Don't go out here and spend a ton of money on cheap stuff that just runs off of batteries. Try to get good quality stuff that's going to last you a while. I know some of the things I have here on the table are fairly cheap, and I do have a lot of cheap items, but a lot of these here I know work. You can go out here and you can spend a ton of money on some of the best gear out there, and if you can do that, you go right ahead. But these are some of the things that I have in my Blackout kit. Like I said, my main source of backup power is my solar system and my generator, and that's my main source. But for all the other things, I have power packs that I keep charged with through solar and through my generator during the day. I have smaller solar panels and solar charging devices, such as these Gold Zeros and things, that I can charge some of my smaller devices on, flashlights and things like that. But I encourage everyone, with the way things are going right now in the world and all of the threats that we face from China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, I encourage everyone to start prepping for some type of power interruptions in the next months or the next year. I truly think that we are in for a retaliation of what's going on in Venezuela. I'm not going to get into who's actually doing it down there, who's causing the problem. You can do that research for yourself. I have my own personal opinions about it, and you can go back and watch my video, and I explain thoroughly why I think we may be headed for some type of power grid attack. But please, if you ain't got one of these kits, start one today. It don't take all that much money. You can go out and buy you some candles. Get started with candles. You can go to the dollar store and get tons of candles for nearly nothing. Walmart, you can go get a bunch of candles very cheaply. There's cheap flashlights available. A lot of flashlights and lanterns on Amazon at really good prices. So you can really find some cheap means of providing light, communication, and power for you and your family. I encourage everyone to keep prepping. Make sure you have plenty of food, water, medicines, means of self-defense. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. We'll catch you next time.